Hey guys, welcome in. Big hi to Albatross and Stefoto in Twitch chat. That is a photo of you, yes. Always. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of figuring out some patches for a little while. I'll probably get into more of a groove after a while, but to start with it's going to be a bit bitty because I basically want to try out some things with the old modular. So when I'm doing these kind of patches, often I'm trying out modules I haven't used for a while, or trying a different combination, or trying to use a module in a way I haven't used for a while, or at all. It's the kind of experimental part of playing a modular synthesizer, or kind of any synth really. So some of this obviously I do between streams, but sometimes when I've got a bit more time, like at the weekend, I do a bit on stream and talk about what I'm doing. So at the moment all I'm trying to do is get this oscillator in tune, which I sort of cheat. Well, it's not really cheating. I use this oscilloscope module up at the top right. Oh, I have a feeling my back camera's not going to be working. Let's just check. Oh, it is working. Okay. That's good. So this module here has a tuning mode. So I'm basically going to get this module in tune. Some of these analog modules drift, some more than others. I'm actually thinking about... So these are the ones... These are the oscillators that are the Moog copy ones. So this the same circuit as what's in a mini Moog. However, they do seem to drift on the tuning. See, this is drifted. This one doesn't normally drift a lot, but today I don't really understand. Whereas I've got other analog oscillators that don't. Obviously, I do need to check the tuning and tune them sometimes, but it's like more or less they stay in tune, which is what we want, I think. Now, I don't really... This seems really off today. Don't know what, I just don't know what... See, that might be a power thing. I'm going to try this other one. Because I know one of them is better than the other one. I'm actually thinking about selling these. Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one. Right, let's not play... Let's not... Ah, wait. Yeah, let's not use that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and put it through this Bifaco Bandit, which is a... what is it? What's it called? A band... It's like a multi-band pass filter module thingy. Albatross says, it's fun to watch the activity of patching, adds a lot to the special experience. Yeah, I guess it's like a bit more chat, but it's gives a bit of an insight into what I'm doing, even if you don't necessarily follow all of it. It's sort of a, like, I think like the creative process is interesting, how it's sort of like partly creative and partly technical. Adam, thank you very much for subscribing now for 5 months. Super grateful. Big up Adam. Adam is amazing, by the way. Even though I laugh about his foot. Are you at the company Xmas party, Adam? What is your Xmas party like? And why are you on Twitch chatting? Tell me all about it. Okay. Right, we have a roughly in tune oscillator, which is good. Now I'm going to put it through this module. That's good. I feel happy. I think this one's fine. I think it's this one. Do you know what? I'm actually going to whilst I'm having a bit of a chatty stream. Oh, do you know what? Plugging that in. Oh, made it go out of tune. Why? That's amazing. Okay. Don't understand that at all. Why? Okay. This is sometimes weird stuff happens. Right, that was in tune. And as soon as I plug in the output, it goes out of tune. What? Okay. I don't really know what to do. Maybe just use another oscillator. We're gonna use another oscillator. That's gonna stress me out. I just need something in tune. Okay, let's just see if this works better. So this one over here, we need a longer cable. Okay. Right, we're gonna just take a sine. We can take a sine wave from this one. Right, plugging that in does not change the tuning. See these ones? I don't know. It's just too stressful. Am I familiar with Red Dead Redemption? No. This is how you... So basically... Is it something about the party being painful? I'm guessing from my experience of Christmas parties. Anyway. I hope you're alright, Adam. I hope it's not so bad. Okay, this oscillator. See, this one, it just stays in tune. This is like an insight into the pain. Okay. If I plug it in, worst case scenario is it explodes. That's a lot of views. That's a lot of very expensive views. That's what I'm gonna say about that. I don't think I've ever blown a... Have I blown a module up? I don't think... I know people do, and there are things you can do in modulars that do damage them. But on the whole, they're designed to be... They're designed with you to try and break them a bit and to try and plug in things that people wouldn't expect, and that's part of the experimental joy of modular. Like a really simple example is a lot of things you might do. You're modulating a parameter or property of one module with another one. But like you can put in audio into the modulation instead of like a slow waveform, and that's called audio rate modulation. That's even not even that extreme, but in modular the idea is to try and do unexpected things, and you have a lot of control to do that because you have a lot of different things you can plug into a lot of different other things. So I don't think I've ever broken... I feel like there is some story, but I can't remember it, where I have done something silly. Might come back in a bit. Anyway, I don't think anything's going to explode. Hopefully. Right, let's try and get this going. So, anyway, we have a stable oscillator, which is all I wanted, really. Now, I'm gonna see if this does anything... No. Right. We have a tone. I also think... Okay, there's nothing in the top or bottom. Okay, that's fine, because it's a sine wave. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try and make this waveform have some other frequencies in it. And one way we can do that is I can put it through this overdrive module. I haven't basically this module, this bandpass filter thingy. I haven't really got to the point of getting anything amazing out of it, so I just want to kind of keep trying, really. Right, I'm going now through an overdrive. That doesn't add much. That's okay. It might be that I just can't get all the frequencies. Okay, that's... I think the top part doesn't work on this filter, so I'm just going to ignore that. So what I've got is 3 bands: low, medium, high-ish. Okay, now what I'm going to do give it some TV. I now need some envelopes and then maybe a filter over the top of all of it to kind of make it sound a bit more like one voice. So I'm thinking I need like 3 envelopes, and I'm wondering what I can... aha! I can use this one here. That's 2. Well, let's start with those. So what am I going to use to trigger this? I'm going to use the output of this. Where does that go? Gate. Aha. Right. Okay. So this is going to go in here. This will sound good in a minute, honestly. Maybe. We will see. Right, this gives me 2 envelopes. This module. And I'm going to feed 2 of those into 2 of the bands of this module. Okay. Let's do it. Exciting. So, 1. Let's go into low mid. Let's just listen to that on its own. Is that... Trying to get a bit of variety on the notes whilst we're here. Red Redemption's a massive open. I have heard of it actually. I thought that's what it might be, but I wasn't sure. I don't think I played it. I have heard of it. Really amazing details and environment. You just watch a YouTube channel about a guy who followed and mapped the entire electricity system of the cities and whether it makes sense. And it does, wow. And he's like, that is quite an obscure reference, but I get it. Well, I'm happy that it made you think of me. Better type this because I don't think you can hear me. Okay, right. I'm determined to make this sound good somehow. This is not doing what I expected it to do. Why is it not doing what I expected it to do? Am I plugged in CV in? That is exactly the right thing. But it's not. Wait. Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. It's because this is a gate. Yeah, I know why. Okay, I don't want that. Unless... I think I can fix this. That's better. Okay. Right, okay. So, I can now... I'm just gonna... Okay. We have a beep. So that's the low mid. Now, let's add in the high mid with a different envelope. Let's do that one first on its own. So a slightly softer envelope. And of course I could put in a completely different trigger, and I actually think that might be quite fun. Oh, I've got a really good idea. So I can take the gate into this branches module, which lets me vary the amount of triggers that go through, and also to 2 different places. So what we can do with this, I think, like, sometimes these kind of more complex modules, you just need to kind of play with them a lot, and I just probably haven't played with this one enough yet. Okay, so let's do this. So it's going to be half high, half low mid, half high mid, I think. For some reason, oh, it's because I plugged it into the wrong place. There we go. There we go. Adam's going to send me the link of the guy that mapped the power lines in Red Dead Redemption. Cool. So many people on the internet do crazy things. I don't know why. Why don't people do normal things like make music with wires? Right. I think it may not appear it to you guys, but that's starting to sound a bit interesting to me. So basically I'm splitting the triggers from the sequencer over here. I'm putting it into this module called branches, and this lets me vary how many of them go to one output compared to the other one. Like, it's random, but it's like a percentage. So some of them are going to one envelope, and the other ones are going to the other envelope, and those 2 envelopes are going to different bands of the bandit, which means that all these notes are made by the same oscillator, but some are having a kind of low mid bandpass filter, and some are having a high mid bandpass filter. So that's like a different texture. Does that make any sense? It just about does to me. Okay, what next? I think let's try and do a different envelope in the yeah. Let's just try and do one more envelope. Have I got another? Oh, I'll just use maths for the last envelope. We can do that easily. Okay, so I'm going to do one more envelope, this time into the low band. Okay. Okay. Now why is... Oh yeah. So let's just... So this is only the low band. Let's have all the notes. Okay. So I'm going to have the low really soft. The mid stopped working. Why is that? Hang on. That one. Yeah. Why is that stopped working? Ooh, I'm confused. Because... that one's working. That one's working. Why is that one not working? It's in there. And it's getting triggers. I don't understand. Oh, this is how little I understand. Is it to do with that? No. Okay. That's working now. Oh, utterly confused. Okay. Just going to go with it. Okay, in the top. And I just feel like we need a filter on top. Which I can do easily. It's one right here. Okay. Just a top level filter now for all of it. Which will just let me kind of shape the end result a bit. Okay, let's go. Hey Lusty Bud, welcome in, how you doing? Lusty Bud is on vacation in Florida, wow. Oh, how warm or not warm is Florida this time of year? I have no idea. You were the one detuning my Mo clones from the darkness. I knew it. Absolutely knew it. How was your holiday? I feel like I want to make this go really fast. I can do that. I think. I'm going to send it a fast clock. Experiment. Some of these experiments, of course, don't yield anything that sounds good. And that's fine. Because it's just part of it. I think when it's fast, I don't want any rests. Oh, you know what? I just want to have an LFO on some of these. That's accidentally quite good. Yeah. Oh, I've got some weather updates from around the world. I quite like this. I know it's like, I know like British people have a reputation for talking about the weather, but does everyone else like get really bored and go, oh, he's talking about the weather again? Because I find it really interesting, like finding out what like the weather's like for you guys. Right, Stephoto is. Do you know what I mean? I mean, not just the weather. I think anything that's like, because we're from different parts of the world, and I think it's amazing that we can come together on something like Twitch and chat and whatever and share music together. And I think like anything that's like, but also kind of highlights like we actually are in different places. I just find it really interesting. Like, this is why we talk about differences between the US and UK quite a lot, about mailboxes and whatever. Anyway, let's get into these. So Stephoto is on the west coast of Canada, and it's cold and wet. I just imagine all of Canada being cold. That is my assumption. Lusty Bard's house is buried in snow. Wow. That's quite exciting. Stephoto used to live in Churchill, MB. What does MB stand for? Do I know that? I don't think I know that. Where our home would get buried in snow for the majority of the year? Wow. That might be a bit much. On Hudson Bay. Manitoba. Arctic Ocean. Wow. Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on. We've got some different opinions here. Stephoto finds it interesting about weather. Lusty Bart's is not exciting. Okay, fair. More polar bear. Wow, that's fascinating. That's really interesting, Steph Photo. More polar bear. More polar. Wow. That sounds mega exciting. Oh, you mean the snow's not exciting, Lusty Bard, I think. Snow's exciting. Because we don't get it that much. Snow is exciting. No, it is it's exciting. Especially when you've got a kid. But it's exciting. I realise it's exciting. It's probably exciting to deal with once. I quite like this fast. That top note's just a bit much. Yeah, I quite like that now. For some reason, I just feel like this goes better with a faster rhythm. Now, lots of got something about growling. The growl is from. This is now going through like 3 different bandpass filters, but then after that, it's now going through a wasp filter. I've turned the resonance down, but this is the growl. Oh, it's not doing it. Because why? Because that's the growl. Is it still through the overdrive? Yeah, it is. It's a bit of that as well. And also the other thing that growls is when I turn up the LFO into the filter CV to like really fast. Okay. Thanks, Lusty Bard. Brits just fantasise about snow, but they don't know the work. Your ats aren't working. I don't. Talk to Twitch. Well, I'm going to see if I can now use this patch and turn it into something a bit more musical. But I might also do some more experimentation as well whilst we're going. Well, we haven't got any snow in London, but we have got snow on my stream. It's really nice when someone uses your emotes, doesn't it? I appreciate that. I don't know if any of us, for other streamers out there, the amount of time you can spend making emotes look good when someone actually uses them is really lovely. Thank you, Albatross. Hey there, Goofy Beaks, welcome in. How you doing? Thanks very much. Yeah, unfortunately it hurts my brain a bit sometimes. But other times cool stuff comes out of it, so it's worth it. So Lusty Bard asks, I often do loads of polyrhythmic sequences ARPs over a beat in 4. Are your beats often always in 4, or do you do a beat in 3, 6, 5 with ARPs in 4? Good question. Mostly, it sort of depends because there's multiple sequences, right? However, probably mostly I'm thinking in 4. Yes, not completely always, but mostly. That's definitely my default. Yes, and then kind of try to add stuff over the top of it. Sometimes I have done stuff that's a bit more adventurous time signature wise. I think it is. I think it's a good question to ask. I think it's a good question. I think it is good to try to change that. Depends what kind of music you're doing, obviously. Or if it's remotely trying to be dance music, then it has to be in 4. What I often do is, not often, but like semi-often, I make a melodic sequence which doesn't necessarily have a multiple of 4 in that particular sequencer. In fact, so at the moment, this Metropolis is actually it's in Brownian mode, so it basically doesn't really have any bar reference anyway. But I will. So I have sequences where I'll put them in like 5 beats in a bar, or 7, or 9, or whatever. I often use that on melodic sequences to get something more interesting that kind of rotates and is quite interesting. I hear your 5 riffs a lot. Yeah, that is quite a standard technique, just to kind of make something a bit more interesting, just to make a sequence like more varied. So yes, I'll normally I'm thinking my drums are in 4, and then melodic sequences I will change the number of beats in the bar for those. I have done where I played in like 7/8 or 13/8 before, but and really I think it basically, if you make the drums I'm just trying to think about what makes the core type and signature, and I guess it is the drums, isn't it? Of course it is. I have done that. And I should do it again. I think it's a good question, especially for this kind of music, whatever this is. But I think this could be quite time signature flexible. Thanks, Lusty Bart. Perfect answer. Whoa. Cheers. Let's try it now since we're talking about it. I mean, this isn't... What I'm going to do... I'm going to change, like, the drums into 11 beats in a bar. I think this might be quite crazy. And not that obvious yet, because it's not playing a very... Oh yeah, no, it's really obvious. That is gonna mess my brain up. Also, there's a kick on every first beat of the bar, and there's 25% of a kick. 25. See, there's random stuff anyway. So, okay. So what I've got is I've got a kick on the first beat of the bar, and I've got a kick on the 7th beat of the bar. Except that one is set to only play play randomly 25% of the time. And so now I shortened the bar to 11 beats. So, good luck with that. I think having the random element in there as well is utterly confusing. It's basically too. It just. Look, so I'm taking the randomness off. In fact, let's. Okay. Okay. If we have a more constant kick at least, which I have now, I'm going to make that kick a bit more obvious, then we can actually know what kind of time signature we're in. Otherwise, I think it's just time signatureless, basically. Okay, a bit more kick. And a bit less something else. Okay, let's just dial down the complexity a bit for a minute. Oops. Okay, right, yeah. So having the kick on beat 1 and then 25% of the time on beat 7 and 11 beats in the bar, that's just, you might as well just be doing random kicks at that point, I think. Does that make sense? So I've changed it so I've got kicks on beat 1, 5 and 9 with 11 beats in the bar. But now you can just about hear what a bar is. I think. Oh, but also there's another factor actually. No, it's not, because I'm also resetting that sequencer every 4 bars back to 1, so it's more complicated than that. Yeah, so it's 11 beats in the bar, but every 4 bars, or maybe 8 bars, it will reset back to the first beat, whatever beat it's on. Get it? At least I know what it's doing. Yeah, now try and drum along with that. That's okay. No, it's good, I like it. I actually quite like that rhythm. I think the resetting is confusing. Can I just take the reset out? I can. I'm going to take the reset out. Okay. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's really hard. You can probably, as a drummer, you can probably do this now, Lusty Bard. Now I've taken the reset out, it is now consistently 8 beats, 11 beats in a bar. Maybe. I don't know. Thanks for the follow, ObjevTT. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, let's try and get a bit tighter. Okay, I might try and make the other percussion a bit more understandable. Bit less crazy reverb as well. this point might be good. I'm going to stop and restart to try and sort my head out. Did that help? I'm not really sure it did. This is very confusing. Okay, so now I have a sequence with 11 steps as well. Bit of reverb on that. Yes, a little bit. Okay, getting there. Obviously you can't really dance to this unless you're, I don't know, maybe some people can. Okay, now I feel like I want to make the melodic sequence a different length so that it's a bit more variety. So I'm going to make it 13. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I just made it random. Whoa, that's crazy. I don't think I meant to do that. Can I do that? No. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, 13 beats. Re-record this sequence. Okay. A concert with me doing this, Lusty Bard dancing, and everyone's exactly. Right, we now have 13 beats in the melodic sequence, but it's playing on every beat, which I think makes it a bit less confusing. And it's a bit more variety because now it's not changing at the same time as the drums because it's a different length sequence. I quite like that. Yeah. Okay. Now what? What we don't need is like... I don't know what we need now. It's like, where do you go from here? Nothing vaguely normal. That's the answer to that. Something mouth weird, I think. I'll try and bring back in the other voice. It might... Yeah, let's see. R pin 4 or 8. Solid 11. Yeah, there's a solid 11 in the drums without variation. Yeah, because I've basically fixed it and I made the kick consistent. And then the melodic part is in 13 beats, so it is rotating, but I mean, I think that's... It's hard to add stuff to this, I feel, but let's try. You think an ARP. Okay. Do you know what? Have I got... Yes, let's use this voice. I wonder... Ah, yes. I do have this voice set up. Okay, cool. Right, there does this go. Oh, yeah. I have loads of random stuff patched up at the moment because I think I mentioned a couple of times I'm having a bit of a break from live gigs. I haven't got any in December or any in January lined up. Kicking off again in February, but it's meaning that I'm just adding to my kind of crazy patch every stream at the moment. I'll probably have to have a tidy up soon. It's getting a bit wild, but I do have this voice which we can do an ARP on. Now let's just it's going here. That's channel 4. We'll see what sound is. It's nothing. Brilliant. Just what I wanted. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's alright actually. So I have this stereo filter, which is meant to be a little bit of a DJ filter. And it has a tilt control. I don't really understand what tilt does, but I think it basically means that because it's a high and low pass with one knob, which I think is known as the DJ filter. I think it's sending more of the low pass to one side and more of the high pass to the other side. I think that's what tilt does. And if you're listening in stereo, you can hear that. Quite like it on the strings. Ooh, this is getting quite good. Hey, Janice Roberta, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. Good to see you. Tilt is linearly adding low and raising high, or reverse. That makes no sense to me. But I do know that it changes something in the stereo field. At least on this one, it's doing something. The more I have it, the more difference there is between each ear. I don't know, I think it's a cool effect. I just don't necessarily completely understand it. So we can have basically a more standard ARP on the synth strings. I need to rebalance this a bit. We need to get that bass going a bit more. There we go. I'm not completely sure I want this voice because it's a bit of a slow attack. Just see what we've got. Hi there, Caldario, how you doing? I should probably read the manual for that filter, really. I'll tell you what, that's my homework for next stream. You can test me then. Oh, hang on. Typing, you never type too much. Go for it. Love the interactivity, to be honest, Lustigard. By the way, Janitor Bird, if you're still there, I hope your stream goes well later. You're welcome, Chancellor Birdseye. The facility for people to be able to send you chocolate is highly important. Just saying. Thanks for the follow, Brax Beans. It's like the highest priority. The absolute highest priority. Get on it. Come on. What are you playing at? Right, I think I've done with 11 beats in a bar. Oh, it's like, that's a relief. Hey Chris, welcome in. Happy weekend, how are you doing? It's a bit like a relief, isn't it? Like, it's almost like that knob. Lusty fuck. It's almost like that knob where you're doing something that's a bit off. I mean, I say a bit off. I think 11 beats in a bar is very off. And then you resolve it. You know what I mean. And then you resolve it, and I've just resolved it by putting the length of the bar back. There you go. You can have 4. You can have a standard kick now. 4 on the floor kick. Finally. Okay, let's just do it. That was just doing my head. It wasn't doing. I liked it a lot. I just think it was time to move on. Okay, come on. Let's go. Let's just. exactly. Tension, release, contrast is the way. The way of many things. What is interesting is it's not that interesting. Yeah, one of my sequences is running a different reset. Oh, I can just put the reset back in now. This was the reset, wasn't it? This might go crazy. This will mess up the bar, I think. In a minute. Maybe not. It will. It's going to do something. Oh. Ever gonna reset? It's not. I do not understand. Ah, right, I plugged it into the wrong thing. That's why. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, it will probably reset weirdly in a second now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, tired ears, tired ears. Okay. Chris is playing games. What game are you playing? World of Warships. Oh, I think you mentioned that recently as well. I've never played World of Warships. Welcome in, Pixie Post. How you doing? Running or ruining? You have not. feel like I want to go a different tempo now. Okay, let's see if we can achieve that. Yeah, we have invented a new form of dancing. Maybe let's go a bit, I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Digitact. Does anyone remember how to use this? Me? No. Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna do some chilled deep house for the last part of the stream. Christmas emote. I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to jump on that bandwagon. 5 hours. Oh, is it there? I don't know. Not yet. I might have to reload. You have to reload to get people's new emotes if they've added them. It is. I'm not seeing it. Not seen a Christmas one. It's suddenly dark. I was going to say, at least Lusty Bar didn't turn out the lights when I was patching. thought about it and you restrained yourself. That is impressive, Lusty Bard. All he did was encourage me to play in crazy time signatures. that one. I have no idea what that is. These are some sequences I've made up and saved on the Digitact. Oh. I don't really want to mess with that. I could make more of that though. Here you go. Oh, it's got a really crazy filter on it. Messed it up now. Thank you, Albatross. Yeah, I set this one up as like I've got this like reset button I've made recently on my Stream Deck, which you can see here. I'm normally sitting in front of it. This is my Stream Deck, and sometimes the lights end up with different modes, especially with the flashing ones. They end up with it too bright. I need to basically go through every single mode that you can do and make sure it doesn't end up with like white. Like some of the, especially like the lightning and storm modes, they're like flashing white, black in here. And sometimes it can end up on the white and then it's like, oh, it's too bright. So I need a button that sets it to something nice. So I recently made this button which I've called Reset, which is a command just for me. And it sets it to these lights, which I quite like, which is basically, so I just talk about the lights. I've basically got 3 spotlights above me in the middle of the studio. One of them is actually facing away from me, more to kind of my main desk, which is on my left. And that was red at the moment, and then the other 2 are pink and blue. And then I've also got an LED strip behind my main screen over here. That's purple as well. Plus the lava lamp. It puts the lava lamp back on. Also, I need a reset button for whenever Lusty Bard puts it in dark mode, and I'll need some light again. So this has also saved me from that. So this is my kind of, yeah, happy vibes. Thanks for noticing. Otherwise, I can just set it to a colour. Like, I've got yellow, aqua, pink, red, and green on here. There's more colours available by command, but like, these are the ones I've got. Green, red, purple, blue, yellow. So if I want something if I basically want a bit of see a lot, I'll put yellow, but it's not too bright. It's a bit bright. All of the others are just like strong colours, so I can vary the, vary it basically. If I feel like it's been visually too static for a while. Now that's interesting because that has not. It's got stuck on blue. Why is it stuck on blue? I don't understand. Hang on, what I'm seeing on screen is not what I'm seeing in here. What? My mind is utterly confused. How is that possible? Let's best not think about it too hard. Blue and purple pink are the main light genre of Twitch, and they really said so. Yes, and I have to say I've sort of pivoted my own like TDC Tunes branding towards more of those colours because of it, because Twitch is such a big thing for me. I've actually, part of my thinking, I'm in the process of slightly pivoting my brand colours, and it is towards a kind of pink and well, it's basically the colours in the emotes, which is more in keeping A with my lighting in my studio, and B is a bit more twitchy. And that is the thinking. I think it sort of fits with Twitch quite well. But I'm gradually going to update everything else to be a bit more like those colours as well. That's the thinking. Right, anyway, I don't really know why on screen everything looks blue. I think there's something weird going with my camera now. Everything on screen looks blue, but in here it's purple and blue, which is too confusing. Why is that? There you go. Why is the rear camera... What? Oh, okay, I'm just not even going to think about that. It's too confusing. Right, let's just play some music. There we go. much, Chris. Did you win? Winding up the stream shortly. Just say massive thanks to everyone for being here, being awesome, being loads of fun, and yeah, just hanging out. Really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Yes, Chris, let us know if you won. It's a battle season 2 month. We're in a good way. Oh, clan, I don't understand. Did you win? I will be back Monday for Modular Monday for my next stream, as usual. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your Saturdays, however long you've got left. We're going to raid G-scape. Looks like something quite interesting going on over there. Stick around for the raid. And I'll see you guys soon.